Good morning. Morning Revelations. This is Dawn. Taylor, how are you doing this morning? I just had a morning revelations while I was listening to Ecclesiastes 7 and 7:3 speaks of the fact that the person that is frustrated is actually in a good place. My husband is on the verge of coming home, and that comes with a lot of trepidation and excitement. At the same time, it comes with a lot of anxiety along with jubilation. It comes with all this mixture and roller coaster of emotions. So frustration happens to be one of those things. Um, because there's like anytime that you are right before birth, anytime that you are right before purpose, right before something going into the next level, the children of Israel going into the promised land, right at the verge of the Jordan River, like when you are right there at the cusp of what you know is better or is different or is a new thing that God is bringing you into, a lot of times there's frustration that comes with that. There's frustration, and then that comes with guilt and shame about the frustration, because then we get upset as believers because they're like, well, maybe it's because we're doubting, maybe it's because we're not full of faith, maybe it's because we're not close enough to God, we're not seeing his promise, we're not seeing his purpose, we're not seeing what he has for us. And how dare I be frustrated and mournful and even saddened by him taking me into something new and different. But Ecclesiastes 7:3 expands on that. Solomon is telling us that the one who is frustrated actually is in a good place, better so than the one who is full of laughter. Sorry, I had an alarm. Better than the one who is full of laughter. Why? That is because the one who's full of frustration means that you are pondering on the things of God. Could be. That you could be pondering on the things of life, that you could be pondering on the seriousness of situations that you find yourself in. If you're frustrated and you're therefore at a position where it's like you're going somewhere, but you're not going somewhere, but you're trying to get there, but you don't know how, and things aren't doing exactly what you think they should do, and maybe you're trying to figure out how to do it better and what steps you should redo and how to fix it and what's not working and things of that nature. Frustration can cause you to seek wisdom, to seek a better answer, to seek God. So when God is taking you somewhere and you're kind of on the cusp of something new, don't let your frustration cause you to turn around, as Pastor Prim might say. Let it cause you to turn around, to go back to shriek or shrill back into something that's known and comfortable and brings less frustration, to fall into the laughter, into the fools. And don't let it cause you to seek comfort, ill-gotten comfort, that is going to blind you from continuing to dig deeper into God. Frustration sometimes is our friend because it's a signal to let us know to keep pressing on to get to that spot of wisdom and understanding. Because it's only when we're asking and seeking God that we can figure things out in this world. It's only when we're seeking God that it becomes clear, that our path becomes straight, that the clouds scoot around and give us that little path to go, okay, this is the next step. This is the next thing I need to do. It's only in that aspect of seeking. When we sit still by our confusion or frustration, and when we turn around and seek other comforts and guidance, when we try to do things in our own understanding, that's when frustration can lead you to death. Farther on in Ecclesiastes 7, down in 26, it talks about the traps and snares of a beguiling woman, or of the woman that is seductive. It has different versions, and lots of people will take that literal and give you a whole sermon on, some chick that's, a prostitute, or that's, got bad games, and, just whatever. But if you keep in pattern with what Solomon is talking about, he's obviously giving you all these different ways. And Solomon had some women in his life, and I guess that's why people want to jump to the literal translation, like the actual words, and not the figurative meaning that Solomon was getting at, because he's breaking down in this whole chapter wisdom, and that we need to be chasing wisdom, and what wisdom gives us and what wisdom doesn't give us. And if we're, outside of wisdom, what happens to us? So if lots of times even in Proverbs and different chapters of the Bible, if it likens wisdom to a woman, or likens wisdom to a person, why would now the opposite of wisdom not be likened to a person as well? Not be likened to the seductive woman? Because if you think about it, when you are upset or frustrated or confused, there is always, like I said, this other path that is trying to lead you astray, that is trying to make you seem like there's a more comfortable way for you to deal with your issues. And that path seems, I don't want to say use beguiling again, but it seems like almost seductive in a way, because it's almost like, oh, it's smooth, it's easy. It pulls you towards something to go, okay, well, this seems easier because this is relieving my stress and tension and upset. And now I'm more calm, and you have this false sense of peace. You feel like you're at rest, even though the inside of you is still kind of just running. But you eat that bowl of chocolate ice cream, or you smoke that blunt, or you inject whatever into your veins, or you lay down with whoever you lay down with, or you just get on social media for attention and some outlet and somebody to reach for and all that stuff, or you just scroll and scroll and scroll until your brain is numb and your eyes are like glazed over. Like there's shop and gamble, like there's all these things that are the seductive woman. And that's what Solomon's warning us about. Watch out for her, because she will come with these words and these false wisdom and this false teaching and preaching, and this way of making it feel like this makes a lot more sense than the struggle of what was over here. But in that frustration and that struggle, you're going somewhere. You're pushing towards something. Not pushing in, but pushing past. You're pushing through the giants of the valley. You're pushing through the things that seem like you can't maintain in that situation or that difficult moment. And as you're seeking God, not your own strength, not by your own power, not by your own might, but when you're seeking God in that moment, then he is pulling you into wisdom and a better situation. He's pulling you into experience of something that is going to be able to birth life and give you further growth that's not going to be able to be taken away. That's how strong that is when we push through towards the mark, towards God, towards the cross. So Solomon is warning us, watch out for that other one. The one that says laughter and comedy and all that stuff and a smile and a good time is your answer in your frustration. Because even if it's just you sitting at home ignoring those little things that are flickering, like, we're getting there. Come on. Keep walking. Even if you're ignoring those signals that are telling you to keep pressing forward towards God, that's still the seductive woman. Some of us just zone out. We don't even do nothing technically bad that looks like sin on the outside. Some of us just get really, really busy, snappy, rolled up in our own head, in our own mind, in our own thoughts, and we just keep moving around. But we're still not pressing towards God. We're just moving around in our own strength, and we think that that's going to get us through. If we just keep doing what we know to do, that's going to get us through. And that frustration and confusion and whatever else is going on is just going to subside. And then we'll find this footing again, and we'll be okay. And you just keep replaying that same cycle over and over and over again, never actually moving in the things of God, never actually finding yourself anywhere different. So when struggle and strife and real trauma comes to you, you didn't gain any wisdom, you didn't grow, your footing and your anchoring didn't go down deeper into Jesus. So you're still knocked over by the storms, year after year, trial after trial, issue after issue, frustration after frustration. That's my morning revelation for you. Is just rejoice in the ish, because the ish can still be of God. And when I say ish, I ain't trying to not cuss. I'm saying issues. The issues can still be of God. We are not promised this rainbow and cotton candy life, y'all. But we're promised that the sunshine and the rainbow maker is going to always be with us. That's what his promise was. His promise with the rainbow was not that there will never be another issue on the earth for you who are believers. His promise was just he wouldn't allow it to destroy us. Floods weren't going to come and destroy us. Didn't say floods weren't going to come, though. That's not what the rainbow was to remind us of. But they weren't going to destroy us. Okay? So keep on pressing, keep on going. Let the frustrations come. Enjoy them. Welcome them. Because you know who's going to bring you through the storm. You know who's going to be with you the whole time. You know who's going to open your mind up to greater wisdom and greater knowledge and greater understanding and greater growth if you do not get beguiled by the seductive one. All right. Y'all have a great day. I got to go to work. Enjoy your Friday.